Guys, do you know that the last descendant of King Solomon, which is from the lineage of Jesus, is from Africa? Yes, the last descendant of King Solomon is from Africa. I bet you didn't know, right? Yes, Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia. Emperor Haile Selassie I. Check out this radio documentary I did about Emperor Haile Selassie.
Emperor Haile Selassie I is one who walks the talk, a true believer in the power of community. Let me introduce you to the last emperor of Ethiopia, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Haile Selassie I, initially called Lich Tafari, was born on July 23, 1892, in the town of Ejasa Gora in the Haranj province, some 18 miles outside the city of Harar, Ethiopia. Lich Tafari was given the religious name Haile Selassie upon his ascent through the throne.
Haile Selassie is the champion.
Haile Selassie received his early education from French missionaries and later studied in Harar under an Ethiopian Capuchin friar and a sojourn from Guadeloupe. He was raised as a Christian and received private instruction from Father Javersaw and Abba Samuel Wolde Kahen, both from the Capuchin French mission in Harar. He was named the Jazmak at 13 and later resumed governorships, including Harar, which allowed him to continue his studies and political career. Haile Selassie rose to power as the regent plenipotentiary of Ethiopia under the Empress Zewditu between 1916 to 1930. Widely considered to be the defining figure in modern Ethiopian history, he is accorded divine importance in Rastafari, an Abrahamic religion that emerged in the 1930s.
Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie, Jah Rastafari, who liveth and reigneth with I and I, continually, ever faithful, ever sure.
A few years before he began his reign over the Ethiopian Empire, he defeated Ethiopian army commander Ras Gugsa Wele Betul, nephew of Emperor Statu Betul, at the Battle of Ankem. Selassie became emperor who sought to modernize his country and steered it into the mainstream of post-World War II international politics. He played a key role in establishing Ethiopia as a member of the League of Nations and the United Nations. Selassie began the move to modernize Ethiopia through political and social reforms. His first major breakthrough as the Emperor of Ethiopia was the promulgation of a constitution in July 1931, which was the first written constitution for the country. It enshrined his prerogative to delegate authority to an appointed and indirectly elected bicameral parliament, amongst other modern institutions. He also instituted the abolition of slavery in 1942. He did not stop there. During the period of 1931 to 1934, Selassie instituted projects for roads, schools, hospitals, communications, administration, and public services, aiming to increase the country's exposure to the world economy. He displayed the true meaning of democracy, taking governance to the grassroots, while he was a monarch. Selassie was a symbol of resistance, Ethiopia's successful resistance to Italian invasion during his reign and his subsequent exile and return solidified his image as a symbol of African resistance against colonialism and imperialism. He showed he could hold his own for his people, even in the face of the strongest of opposition. He was a crusader for social justice. In 1963, Haile Selassie, as the Emperor of Ethiopia, significantly impacted Africa through his modernization efforts. His role in founding the Organization of African Unity, now the African Union, and his influence on Pan-Africanism and the development of a sense of African unity are truly an African inspiration. He championed Pan-Africanism and the idea of African unity, advocating for a united Africa free from foreign interference. Not only did he champion the cause for African unity and cooperation, he also emphasized the importance of education and advocated for a Pan-African education system, including the establishment of an African university to train future leaders in an atmosphere of continental brotherhood. His reign accorded many successes in Ethiopia and Africa by extension. While not directly related to his political actions, his image and legacy became central to the Rastafarian movement.
Haile Selassie, we hear me, I been seeking your face and daily, I conquering Babylon.
His life and legacy is a reflection of a true activist, particularly for Ethiopians and Rastafarians. His life and legacy are a reflection of a true activist, particularly for Ethiopians and Rastafarians.
Ja! Rastafari, Haile Selassie the first.
He died at the age of 83 on August 27, 1975. Official sources at the time attributed his death to natural causes, but evidence later emerged suggesting that he had been strangled on the orders of the military government that had deposed him the previous year and then kept him under house arrest. To this day, he is regarded as the Messiah of Africa by Rastas and will be remembered for his role in founding the African Union, where he presided as the first chairman of the organization in 1963. Till date, Haile Selassie I is viewed by some as a divine figure and a symbol of African liberation, and by others as a symbol of African independence.
Whoa,